All right, what is going on, you guys? We are here with War 11, a rematch against Made in Brazil. Today I'm going in with Human Torch, Silver Centurion, and White Magneto for pre-fights. I am sharing Path 3 in Section 1, and then I am going through Path 1 in Section 2, and then I have a mini-boss on Boss Island. So this war will pretty much be split between 6 fights, 3 for Human Torch and 3 for Silver Centurion. We've got Havoc. We've got Havoc here on Hit Me, I Dare You with static defense. So Silver Centurion is shock immune, and he has a permanent armor up, so that makes him the perfect counter here for Havoc, not in the sense that this fight will end fast, but that it is a super safe fight, as long as you do not eat a heavy, which goes for any Havoc fight. I use an invulnerability boost here because it's really just attacks that'll do the damage. I'm going to be constantly healing from willpower from the plasma that is going to constantly cycle through this fight. So I'm really just ending combos with medium attacks, pushing him to SB2, baiting out SB2, paying attention to when I'm locked on so that I can throw a special 2 like this one here while he's at a low threshold for his power, so under 2 bars. And then now that I am locked on, I'm going to start ending my full combos with medium attacks for that quick burst. And I will cycle SP1 to refresh the lock-on when his power, again, is low. So we're going to get a refresh right here. So that resets the lock-on and keeps those plasma passives paused, which continues to let us do that burst damage with ending with mediums. And here he's just going to end up melting out. And down he goes. So very easy fight. Actually, most of my fights this war were pretty easy. So Mojo here off screen, I placed White Magneto pre-fight and Nova Flame. So we are taking this with Human Torch and Nova. This is a rank 4 Mojo, but his health is a third the amount that he would be as a boss. So those fights usually end with Human Torch at about 1 minute and 20 seconds. So here we're sticking to strike counter. We started with our heavy, then we did 2 parries and medium light, and now we're going to do the medium light into SB1, which is going to be perfect for resetting strike counter. And it appears that the projectiles do cause shock. So we're getting a little bit lucky here that our basic attacks are not triggering shock during this fight. But as you can see, as we're working through this second round of strike counter, Mojo is just melting away. So easy, again, an easy fight to start in Section 1. Moving on, I was assigned this Professor X with Silver Centurion. There's nothing really special about this matchup besides the fact that Silver Centurion is shock immune. So while he's got the armor up, and Professor X can't remove it. So this fight is really just about paying attention to bubble shield and when miss is going to trigger. So in my head, I'm counting my bubble shield hits, and I'm just ending combos with light attacks to build the passive plasma. And then triggering miss when I really want to, and paying attention to the miss timer so that if I can get the spacing I need to land a parry on his medium attack, I can land it and then trigger the miss safely. Other times I'm paying attention to whether or not he's got a bar of power or 2 when the miss timer is about to hit, so that I can bait out the special attack and go and whiff him like this one here, and then wait for that miss to pass and then go back into hitting him. So pretty safe counter here. Silver Centurion doesn't really need his special attacks to end a champion with a health pool on this node. If it were a boss or maybe even a bulkier mini boss, it would be an issue, especially with something like Aspect of Evolution, which is on this node, where they're just going to be gaining power with the longer this fight takes. So luckily the health pool here is small. We can manage this fight pretty easily. And that's assuming Burden of Might is on any of those larger health pools. Now, if we can willingly throw specials, then we'll be fine with larger health pools. But this is just a melt Professor X fight without using Human Torch and bringing Odin. Another miss trigger, and down he goes. So again, perfect counter, not the fastest counter, but gets the job done. Long shot here on Vigor. This is just going to be a straightforward Human Torch fight. We are going to parry medium light so that we can keep his good karma low and we don't push him into Pure of Heart and then eat an unfortunate SB1 to the face and bleed out instantly. So you're going to see this fight goes really fast as usual, but you're going to see he's not going to end up with Pure of Heart because we'll remove the good karma enough. And there's one special one he got to and through, and the next one he will not willingly throw, so we actually push him past SP2, knowing that he's just going to die anyways. And again, keeping that karma low so that we don't venture into Pure Heart. So there we go, almost gone. Not really caring that he was over 2 bars of power. Again, another easy fight this war. And then Kitty Pryde here on Buffet. Going to take with Silver Centurion. He does have an armor up, so he's going to feed Buffet constantly between that and Dexterity. But as long as I don't parry, Kitty's never going to be able to phase. And what's nice about Silver Centurion with this particular node is that his SP1 does place a heal block. So I was being a dummy. I thought for some reason that if I had got locked on with SB1, that the heal block would be passive, and I don't need it to be passive. I just for some reason was focused on that. So here at the start, you're gonna see she doesn't lose much health because of Buffet, and I'm not throwing SP1 because I was trying to get locked on. So since I was getting too far in the power, I just went ahead and threw SP2 so that we can start throwing it in SB1s into the rotation. So here, this should heal her back up pretty close to full. And now the real fight's going to start. So this is where it should have started the first time. Now we're just going to play aggressive and throw SP1 when we have it, whether we're locked on or not. And then that will keep the fight rolling as it should. So there's the heal block. The heal block is only passive if they're already under a regen effect. And since Buffet is not an actual like buff or anything like that, it's going to be really hard to trigger, if it's possible at all, a passive heal block. Plus, we don't need it. This isn't masochism. It's Buffet. So, fight started there, and now she's just melting away. So again, another very strong counter to a node I was assigned, and therefore resulting in an easy fight. I mean, I didn't immediately go into the right rotation, and she was down in a minute and some change. So probably would have been a 30-second, 40-second fight had I started with SP1. And then the last fight for this war, mini boss stun reflect, using Human Torch without the pre-fight because we want the benefit of this node with the DOT incinerates. But I took this exact fight the last time we faced Made in Brazil. And I didn't mention at the start, but there I think slotted at 3rd place and we're 5th. And with this being the second to last war, it's pretty important we lock this in for our chances at top 3. Anyways, we made sure he was not unstoppable at the start. Since he was, we waited till he was not unstoppable. Here we are just medium, light, medium, parrying when we can, holding block and baiting out heavies when we can't, and just being mindful of when he's going to be unstoppable. So there are 3 timers here to watch, and I'm pretty much telling myself it's okay to parry if all 3 are active. So down he goes, nice and easy. And that was the end of the war for me. So RBG beat out their battle group 3-1. So good war for us. And then New Nation as a whole, we won 13-2. We actually finished clearing when it was 8-2. So the last 5 might have just been a GG, no boost. Anyways, this put us in 2nd place with the last war on the line as holding that space, because I don't think anyone can catch GT40 at first. So it'll be interesting to see how the matchups and the last war play out. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit like, subscribe, share, and I will catch you guys at the next one.